But logistically, I hate to press this, but logistically,
You don't have to
what
hate. I'm
happened?
just saying that he gave the city council his word.
Sure, I know, Mayor, but
So
what
you
will
want
happen
me
if you
to,
don't
so
get
you
it?
want me to, you want me to answer that if the CEO lied to the city council, what's the contingency plan around someone being dishonest? Call on the name of Jesus.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking to learn how to make content on YouTube and blow up like we have? If so, very, very soon we're going to be releasing a YouTube content creation course. It's just going to be $24.99 a month to start, y'all. Then the price is going to go up, so you're going to want to get in. So keep an eye out for that. We'll be announcing it in the next 7 to 14 days. All right, y'all. Keep an eye out. Now let's get into the video. And we are back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know, it helps us out a ton, and it helps you because it helps. Oh, Chicago is facing its own budget deficit, y'all, okay? Chicago is facing its own deficit. It's taking out an $800 million loan that it's going to be paying back over infinity years. It's going to pay back over $2 billion. Okay, people are saying, look, you're putting my children's children in debt with this loan. Okay, and why? Again, part of the reason is because of how they've spent the money that they've already had, right? They have these policies like the welcoming city policy where they're paying for people's food, shelter, people that the federal government wants to literally get out of the country. Just think about that. They're hiding. I'm not going to say hiding, but you could say hiding people. Now, at a recent press conference, some of the reporters asked Mayor Johnson, like, look, okay, you're supposed to get this $175 million from Chicago Public Schools, but what is your contingency plan? Like, what if they don't send it? Y'all have to see how Mayor Johnson handles this. Now, let me give Mayor Johnson all the credit. First of all, I'm not a Chicago resident, so I'm just outside looking in. I'm interested in this because it's an outgrowth of the migrant crisis and what I consider to be untenable policies of how you relate to people that the federal government wants to kick out of the country. That's just personally. I think everybody should be taken care of. I don't have a better solution, y'all, frankly. You know, people show up at your doorstep. You don't want to let them starve. You don't want to let them sleep out in the cold. I do not have a better solution. So I'm saying that right now. All right. I'm putting that out there. I don't know what you're supposed to do. I just know that you should put first the people who voted you in, who are paying taxes, who you are responsible to. How do you do that? I don't know. Okay. I'm just going to say it. But anyway, y'all, take a look at how Mayor Johnson responds to these very legitimate questions. And frankly, y'all, he calls on the name of the Lord. Okay. He's going to invoke the Lord in his governing policies, y'all. This is just, you have to see it to believe it. Let's get into it.
What happens if the CPS and school board, they don't send that payment, the $175 million reimbursement to the city?
Then
By March 30th or March 31st, the deadline. What happens?
I want to believe that the CEO did not come before the city council and lie to them. I want to believe that.
But logistically, I hate to press this, but logistically,
You don't have to
what
hate.
happened?
I'm just saying that he gave the city council his word.
Sure, I know, Mayor, but
So
what
you
will
want
happen
me
if you
to,
don't
so
get
you
it?
want me to answer that if the CEO lied to the city council, what's the contingency plan around someone being dishonest? Call on the name of Jesus.
Mayor, I know you're sort of addressing this, but let me follow up and just double down on this question. We're hearing from some alders that the city's budget will come on balance if you don't get this $175 million. You got to do something. And if from the public hearings, CPS decides to put their $139 million towards the contracts, Chicago's $175 million in the hole. I mean, something's got to happen. So what do? I mean, you go to the school board and ask them to take out a loan or something? I think that's illegal. But I mean, you've got to do something to make up the hole.
Well, look, I'm not going to, go down the hallway or into a closet and discussing hypotheticals. He made a promise to city council. And so it's incumbent upon him to keep to his word.
If he doesn't, what if he doesn't? I mean, you've got a couple of weeks, and there is a significant dollar figure here that's going to have to be dealt with your budget if they don't come through with the money.
Yeah, so again, the CEO stood in front of members of the city council and made a commitment to do what the school board ultimately has to prepare to do at a more significant scale as we work to disentangle the relationship between city government and Chicago Public Schools. The CEO's responsibility to make sure that the retirement is secure for the workers of the Chicago Public Schools, that is their responsibility, and that's going to continue to be a growth, because eventually in a couple of years there will be full disentanglement. So it's a good muscle to build.
Forgive me, Mayor, but I mean, that doesn't answer the question of what the city will do if the CEO does not come through with that money. I mean, maybe he promised it, but that doesn't change the situation if they don't come through and pay it.
Well, look, as I've said repeatedly, and our chairman of the budget committee has made it very clear that you're asking us what we're going to do if someone goes back on their word. That's what your question is. And what we're saying is that he gave his word. And so if you're asking me to guess if someone is going to go back on their word, I understand you feel like that's not answering the questions, but what I'm simply saying is you're asking me to answer a question about whether or not someone is telling the truth.
You have contingency plans, I guess that's
Well, I mean, look, there's no secret that there are challenges that budgets are experiencing all over the country. You know, what's most important in this moment is our budget chair, along with our education chair, have spoken directly to the CEO, and the CEO gave this body his word that he was going to do his job. And so we fully expect the CEO to hold to his word, especially to the people that he made the promise to. Thank you all very much.
So y'all, today there is supposed to be a vote on the $175 million that Chicago needs to make its budget work. This is after they've taken an $800 million payday loan, y'all, okay? There's gonna be a vote today. And there's a vote on the teachers union on whether or not they're even gonna keep working, whether they're going on strike or not, y'all. So today is a pivotal day as it relates to not only Chicago's budget, but also to the immediate future, the immediate future of the Chicago school system, the Chicago students. Today is a pivotal day. So I want to hear what y'all have to say. Y'all have seen, as we have developed these stories over time. You know, again, I've given Mayor Johnson a lot of flack, but this guy, man, you have to give him credit for getting out there and for trying. Like, A for effort. I know y'all might not, some of y'all might not want to, but he's out there. He's out there in front of his constituents multiple times per week. He's trying. And you know what? If there's any ability for him to get things together, for him to get better, he'll make it. He'll make it happen because he's trying. He's not hiding. He's not cowering. He's trying. He's not doing a good job according to his constituents, but he is at least giving a sincere effort. I want to hear what y'all have to say, y'all. Please, before you comment, I do want you to comment, please. But before you do, please stop, hit the share button, share this video out. Just put in somebody's Facebook or email, WhatsApp, text message. Put in everything. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. Y'all, here's coming up another video on our other channel. Please do watch that video. We appreciate it. Support that channel. Subscribe there too. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all, and we'll see you back in the next one.